In this section, we're going to run through the steps that you need to take to ensure a smooth sailing event. 7 days out from your event, you want to be in touch with your suppliers. Have you booked a venue, photographer, videographer, musician? Make sure that you create like a mini run sheet that you can send out to everyone, just to ensure everyone's on the same page, they know where to go, they know what time to be there, just because you're unlikely to be reachable when you're with your partner. So you just want to make sure that everyone sticks to the plan, and this is going to ensure your nerves are calm and your partner's not going to pick up on that, because women are very good at picking up when their man is nervous. The next thing you'll have to come up with is your story. So what is your plan of attack to get your partner to the location? This is something I know so many men struggle with. They've got a very cluey partner and she's likely going to pick up on it if you give too much away. So you've got to come up with a really good game plan to get them there without suspecting a thing, for that ultimate shock factor. Here are some examples we use that may be helpful with creating your ploy. A trusted friend. If you have a friend that you can count on to keep a secret, have them get in touch with your partner to arrange a girls' night out. This way she'll be dressed and ready and won't suspect a thing. Instead of heading to the restaurant for their night out, your friend will escort her to the proposal location where you'll be waiting in suspense for the big moment. Work event. So this is a storyline that we often use. Pretend that your work is having a corporate function or perhaps an awards night. To make your story even more convincing, have a staff member at work email across a fake invitation. She'll be dressed and ready for your work function, only to arrive to a beautiful setting where your proposal awaits. To add an extra touch of surprise, even have your company logo on a banner out the front of the venue. She won't suspect a thing. Gift voucher. If your proposal includes an element like a seaplane or a helicopter ride, you could easily have a fake voucher made, pretending as if you've just arranged a nice activity. Your partner won't suspect a thing when she gets on the helicopter, which you've arranged that may be landing at, say, a private location where your proposal awaits. This is a really easy way to fool your partner into getting to the location without suspecting a thing. Scavenger hunt. A scavenger hunt is a really fun and creative proposal idea. However, it does require a substantial amount of work. The other thing to consider is sometimes with a scavenger hunt, your partner may sort of guess along the way that a proposal's coming. But I still think it's a really nice and creative, exciting way to incorporate like a full day into your proposal event. It's also a really nice way to get your partner ready for the proposal. You could do a small scale scavenger event where she may be, say, collected from work, go to a spa, and then head to the proposal location. Or you could do something a little bit more grand and elaborate, sending her to a series of locations around the city. Just make sure that you've thoroughly worked out the logistics and the plan to pull this off. If you are going to do a grand scavenger hunt, consider having a trusted friend who may come along the journey with her. It'll make it really fun for her to have someone to bounce off the excitement with, and also keep her on track to make sure that your event is smooth sailing. Surprise her at home. So pick a date that you know your partner may be out, and use this opportunity to transform your home into the ultimate proposal setting. Some examples of things we like to do. So a turn down, this is basically covering your entire house in candles and rose petals. You could also arrange a private chef to come in and basically replicate your first dining experience, perhaps her favorite cuisine, and theme the setting for, say, an Indian restaurant. Another option would be the outdoor home cinema. It's always so cozy, sitting in your home backyard, watching a movie, enjoying some red wine and your favorite nibbles. Date night. So date night is an easy ploy to get your partner to the setting. Pretend as if you're going to your favorite restaurant for dinner. Instead, give them a call on your way and give them a heads up to come up with an excuse that the restaurant is completely fully booked. You'll arrive and the host will inform you that it's fully booked, and at that point you sort of suggest perhaps going for a walk. Instead, you walk to your proposal location, which is set and ready for your ultimate surprise. There's no way she's going to suspect a thing. And I know what you're probably thinking. It's likely that your partner's going to get very frustrated when she gets to the restaurant to say that date night's not happening, and that you're probably very hopeless and you can't put together date night. But let me tell you, that's even better for when she stumbles across the proposal setting and she gets that ultimate surprise. Afternoon walk. Do you and your partner often go for, say, a walk with the dog in the afternoon? This is the perfect ploy to get your partner to a setting, say a beach picnic at sunset. So like any other day, suggest going for an afternoon stroll, only to stumble upon a beautiful setting in the sand. So those are just a few examples of ways that you can get your partner to the location without suspecting a thing. I'm sure you know your partner better than anyone, so take some of those ideas and think back to your partner's likes and dislikes and ways that you can pull off this ultimate surprise. The next thing you want to consider a few days out from the big day is going to be the weather. If you've planned a public outdoor setting, you want to make sure that you've ticked all the boxes, and if the forecast isn't looking too good, you want to ensure you've got a backup plan ready to go. So even something as simple as booking a hotel room last minute if you've got a fixed date is a really easy solution if you need just an indoor undercover space for your event. The next thing you'll need to consider a few days out from the event is family. We know to a lot of our couples that family is such an important element to the proposal. Do I need to ask her father's hand and permission? For me personally, I think that this will come down to your relationship. If you know that it's a really important element to your partner, it's something that she would really appreciate, then I would definitely proceed with asking her father. I know these days it's not very traditional and some people don't do it. I think at the end of the day, it's about your partner and what she may like. A really nice way that my partner proposed to me incorporating my family was really unique and different. So I actually lost my father many years before he got to meet my now fiance. In my case, sadly, my father had passed away many years before meeting Jai, my now fiance. But Jai knew that my father was a really big part of my life and knew that I would somehow want him incorporated into the proposal moment. So what he did was he actually went to the location where my dad's ashes are scattered and filmed himself sitting there at sunset, having a beer, and essentially having a chat with my dad and asking him if he would approve of our relationship and getting married. It was just such a beautiful and unique way to incorporate my dad into the proposal. So I think at the end of the day, you want to think about your partner, what they may want, and follow their wishes. We're often asked by so many couples, how can I incorporate her family and friends into the big moment? I think it's really nice if you can have a proposal moment which is super private with just the two of you and keep that moment really intimate and special. But then if after that big moment you can turn around and have your family and friends waiting as a sort of like an extra surprise, I think that's like the perfect combination. So what we often do is we'll have the family and friends waiting in like a separate room. The couple will come, do the proposal, and have their own little moment together, and it's really beautiful. Meanwhile, we've gone, gathered their family and friends and brought them out for like a second surprise. And it definitely has that extra shock factor. They can all celebrate together and really enjoy this moment. If you would love to have your family and friends actually incorporated into the proposal moment, a really lovely way to do this, and it's worked really well in the past, is at the venue that you've chosen, have say each family member at a different station, each holding say a red rose and a beautiful love message. As your partner arrives, she'll pass through each family member, leading the way to you, waiting at the end for the big proposal. This was a really beautiful way to incorporate your family and friends into that big moment. Another really lovely way to incorporate your family and friends who may not be able to actually attend in person would be to live stream your event and perhaps have it done secretly so your partner had no idea until after the proposal, where she can then jump on screen and talk to her closest family and friends. So the next thing you'll need to consider in the lead up to the day is beauty. So you know your partner wants to look beautiful for the big moment. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more difficult, not only have you had to put together this whole big event, you now have to somehow get her hair, makeup and nails done without giving away the surprise. I know, it's tough work, but here are some scenarios we've used in the past that have worked really well. Firstly, hair and makeup artist. So does your partner have a relationship with, say, a hair and makeup artist? Perhaps they could reach out to your partner and pretend that they're doing an upcoming shoot and they need a model. So they'll go to the salon, get hair and makeup done, and then they'll head off to the shoot location, only to arrive to your proposal. This is a really easy way to catch her off guard and make sure that she's ready for the big moment. Another trick to get your partner's hair and makeup done would be a pamper gift. So if you're proposing around, say, a special occasion like her birthday or anniversary, you could pretend that you've just gifted her a day of pampering. You just want her to feel beautiful, get her hair and makeup done. So at the end of her treatment, the therapist will then come up and hand her a note. That note will then instruct her to get ready and head to the next location, which will be your proposal spot. I hope these 2 ideas will help you with putting together the perfect plan to get her hair and makeup done before the big day. My final tip would be, if it's impossible for you to get her hair and makeup done without giving away the surprise, you could always just pack a little emergency kit with some nail polish, some foundation, mascara, and that way she's just got a little emergency kit there if she needs a little touch-up for the photographer. So I hope all of those can help you with pulling off the ultimate proposal.